Hi guys. Well, let's see what we got going today. I'm gonna make another dinner, another vegan meal, and talk about a couple things here. As you can see, I got my towel here. This is a little. I bought like six of these. I think it was six these microfiber towels at Walmart for like $3. And I was gonna buy a big fancy microfiber towel off Amazon. But you know what? These are pretty good. I mean, they're not awesome, and I find that they still don't dry that fast. They dry way faster than a conventional towel. But since I've figured a way to clip it onto my solar panel cables, and then usually if it's not raining or not as moist out, it'll dry by itself without the heat. But I know some people might say, oh, that's awfully close to the heater, but it's actually not that close. It's about, I don't know, 20 centimeters away, 10 inches, 15 inches. So not too bad, really. So those are cool. And this is, this thing, I love this thing. This is my GoPro, or Goal Zero, I should say, 10 LED light stick. It's supposed to stick into a laptop or something like that. And it's just a USB, it plugs right in. Let's see, this comes in, goes right in, back like that. But man, this thing was only like, I don't know, it's like 10 or 15 bucks. And it uses so little energy, like 0.56 milliamps, or 0.56 amps, which is 156 milliamps. 1000 milliamps is an amp, and that is very low. And very happy with it. It puts out, you can't really tell because I got my flash on the camera goes on automatically when I use my Note 3, Galaxy Note 3 camera that I have. But I really like it. I might even get another one because for the amount of light it puts out, the cost, it's very, very handy. So what I'm going to make for dinner today is I got my package of rice, and then I'm going to add corn, probably the whole can, and then I'm not going to use a whole can of this, probably half a can of chickpeas. And then I'm going to add all this broccoli, just a crown of broccoli. And then I got a few green beans here. I didn't want to buy too many because of course with my cooler situation, I use the blocks of blue blocks of ice in here. And so I try only to use what I'm going to eat. Like if it's fresh, I'm going to eat all this right now, all this fresh stuff right now, so that I don't have to worry about it going bad. And I did buy this container of margarine, but that'll be, luckily I have access, my ex-wife lets me keep a few things in her fridge, so what I do is I take a container about half this size, and I put some margarine in it, and I keep it in the cooler, and then I keep the big container of margarine at her place. She gives me a little spot in her fridge. That way, if this does go bad, or if my ice isn't cold, or my blue blocks aren't cold, freezer packs, then I just lose a little bit of margin instead of a whole bunch. So another thing is, because I'm going to be opening this chickpeas, I'm not going to eat this. Like, this is like 540 mils of chickpeas. That's a lot of chickpeas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of it for dinner tonight, and then this is my lunch for tomorrow. Stag vegetable garden vegetarian chili. And I'm going to add the chickpeas, the rest of the chickpeas, to this. And now that will make it, I think those will mix well, chickpeas and chili. And it'll be good tasting and a good way to use the food. I don't really like this chili that much, it's nutritious, and it's $2.50 a can, which comparatively speaking in Vancouver where I live, that's not too bad. But what I usually do is I actually eat mandarin orange afterwards to help get the taste out of my mouth. It's not that bad, it's just not my favorite. Alright, I got my cut up my green beans. I don't have a proper cutting board. Actually, I'm just waiting. Well, I've got a board that's going to come out here, but it's actually the polyurethane is just drying right now, so it's going to take a couple more coats. So I just use paper towel on top of my upside down pot. I'm careful not to dull the knife too much. So these will be pretty firm and crispy because I'm not going to cook them for more than 5 minutes, but that's enough. I don't mind if it's a little crispy. I like my vegetables a little crispy. Okay, so I got the broccoli mixed in there, green beans, rice. I'm gonna let this cook for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna add the other stuff, chickpeas and corn, just to they just need to be heated. They don't need to be cooked, so give that a try. And of course, got my stove on here, and I got, oh, you can hear it's crackling out. Got my fan on. Suck all that odor from the gas stove out. Alright, let's give this a mix. You know, this is... Okay, let's try to figure out how much I spent on this dinner. I spent $1.25 for the rice. I'm guessing, maybe I have the bill for the... let's see if I have the bill over here. Where did I put that bag? Okay, I got the receipt. Green beans are 40 cents. Broccoli crowns $1.05. Base salad margins $2.97, but I don't really, you know, I'm only going to use a little bit of that, so I don't know if I can really count that. So let's say $1.45 plus the rice, $1.25, so that's about $2.60, $2.70. And the corn, that's going to all go in. I think that was like 87 cents. So let's just say $2.60 plus 87, $3.60. Oops. Let's say $4. And the chickpeas was, I think it was like $1. So let's say, since I'm using half a can, I'll say $4.50. And I think that's about it. So $4.50 plus the cost of propane. What's that going to cost me? 50 cents, maybe 25 cents. So last it for 5 or 10 minutes. This is going to be cooking. I guess it's cheaper than eating out. Usually the dinner at the food court, if I get a Asian style vegetarian meal with tofu and stuff, it'll cost about $9. So it's about $4 or $5 cheaper. I guess that does add up over a month, but not that much cheaper. Well, half price. Okay, corn goes in. Mix that in. Should probably do this with my right hand. And nutritionally, okay, rice, there's really not much nutrition in this white rice. Kind of a filler. Green beans and broccoli are good. Corn's okay. It's really not that nutritious either. It's not bad, but it's not fantastic. And the chickpeas are really nutritious, and that's my... So let's see. Broccoli, beans, and corn are my vegetables. Rice is my starch. And then chickpeas is mainly my protein. Alright, added the chickpeas. I'm not going to let this sit for too much longer. Give it another 2 minutes. The chickpeas get all warmed up. This is actually quite a bit here. That's what I thought last time too. So I'm not going to say I'm not going to eat it all right now, because I might. There's a lot of water at the bottom because I added that corn. I just dumped the can of water in with it. Maybe I'm going to let that burn off so I don't eat all that water. Let's crank her up. Oh, almost turned it off. You know what's weird is about halfway through the spinning of the dial, the stove gets hotter and hotter, and then after the last 50% of turning, it just seems to stay kind of the same. Doesn't really seem to go up. But look, it's boiling like crazy now. Yep. Alright, guys. Looks good. Now I added a bit of margarine. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of melted now. And I'm also going to add this stuff. I don't have the container to show you. It's in the ex-wife's fridge. It's called, it's kind of like vegan mayonnaise. It's called mayonnaise or veganese or whatever, but this is actually the chipotle version. And stuff is actually pretty spicy. So I don't like things too hot, so I'm just going to put a little bit in just for flavor. And that'll be enough. I find that it's better to add a little bit less and have it a little less flavorful than too much. So if you mix too many flavors together, it kind of gets gross, from my experience anyway. Here's my cooler. I got those 2 blocks of blue blocks, freezer packs, soy milk, margarine, and that vegan mayonnaise stuff. And that's pretty much all I'm going to put in there right now. I don't really keep much in it because I'm worried about it going bad. And like I said, that margarine, it's going to go in my ex-wife's fridge anyway, so you never know, the weather could change and get warm and all of a sudden stuff goes bad. So anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but the video is getting long, so I'll have to save that for the next video. Take care and have yourself a good night.